Hi, my name is Djebali. I'm going to break down my track Limelight that I did for Solid Groove. It's released now since like few weeks. Let's dive in. So the kick drum, I have like a basic kick drums took from a sample packed. Actually, I think it's from Yomulen. So it's a basic 4 to the floor track, so nothing special. But I did actually a second kick track here, just to double the kicks and to do like some different grooves on the kick, just to make like something a little bit more interesting than the 4 to the floor kick. Then I've got the bass line. The bass line I created with a plugin called Some Boom Bass. It's a really nice plugin from Rob Papen, which is like there is a lot of like different bass and sub, really great, really useful. So it's sounding like this. It's just like a kind of housey bass that I wanted this feeling of like the 90s housey bass. So it's pretty basics, but it works well with the groove. So with the kicks, it's just like this. So now we're gonna go through the drums. So basically I got like a lot of small elements in the drums. So I got first of all like a drum rack with different samples, you know, claps, different hi-hats. Is just allow me to make like a small groove on my own. So it looked like this, and we've got I will give you a listen. So all these drums, all these samples are actually recorded from my MPC 3000, and there is no treatment. As you can see on the waveform, it's pretty low as well in volume, but the thing is like just to have like a nice groove to start with, and then I'm gonna add like some samples, processed samples from different sample packs, which add like more like harshness and everything to keep it balanced. So here I got a clap taking from like actually taking from a loop. So I just took the part of the clap, which is the clap we can see that is not starting at 1.2 but just a little bit before, and it gives like some grooves. I remove everything else because otherwise it was sounding like this. So it's a disco house, disco loop. So I just remove this and keep it just the clap. To add a little bit of to the drums. So it's just like giving more punch to the clap. I think it's more interesting. Okay. So now for the hi-hats, I got few loops as well. So I got this loop. So it's the same as before. I just like editing, and I was just editing the loop just to keep what was interesting to me. So the main loop was sounding like this. So I just remove like the parts I don't like to keep it like straight. Okay, I also put the mode beats and transients to be able to shape the transient, to remove a little bit of the release and to keep it like more tight, you know, to remove a little bit of the release and the sustain of the sound. On a second hi-hat, like I just really remove a little bit of the transient to keep it like tighter. Then I got like a open hi-hat, which is a loop as well. You can see that I didn't do nothing. I just keep it like this. The only thing I did is I removed like a lot of frequencies just to keep it like the very high end of the sound, to add something interesting in the loop, because it was already like full of hi-hats. So to avoid like frequencies problems, I just wanted this brightness. So with all the drums, you know, if I remove it, we can hear that it's like, yeah, less, like with less high hand. So I think it gives like a nice touch, nice feeling, and it's like really low as well in the mix, so it's cool. Okay, then I got the percussion. I got the big parts with the percussion, as you can see here, but it's not like all the way of the track. It's just coming like in certain points. First of all, I've got like I name it like as a open hi-hat, but it's kind of more an ambience hat, which gives like a weird feeling. Let's have a listen. So it was probably a hi-hat at the beginning, but I think it gives like a nice power in the background for the whole loop. Like if we listen with the drums. Okay. Yeah, it's more like kind of noisy feeling in the background, but I think it gives like more power to the rhythm. So that's why it's not all the way to the track, because it's like also occupying a lot of space in the mix. So it's just like at certain points. Then I've got some basic crash. That what I did here is just remove a little bit of also a lot of frequencies, just to keep it really in the high end, just to have like a little touch. And then I've got a group of a lot of percussions. We're gonna listen when it's coming into the track, which is it's kind of, those percussion is kind of, they are working like elements, like if it was almost synths, because it's a different parts of the track. Let's have a listen in the whole thing. It's kind of if it was a different drums, you know, like a different parts of drums. So we have here like a first percussion. Okay, so it's a loop that I probably made like some effects, but I probably like frozen the track. The second one is like a percussion in the low hand. I just removed the very low hand, but it's like in the low mids. Then I've got this, which is basically I removed also a little bit of low hand, but it's like a snare and hi-hat. It's come from a loop for sure. That I just like cut into the loop. This is like, yeah, a classic tambourine with a small small hi-hat. The next one, okay, so this one is a little bit different. So it was a percussion, a look of perc tops. So the plugins that you can see here are more here, not to process into the mix, but more into to make it like a sound design. Let me check if I can group this. To remove everything. Yep. So this is the original percussion. So what I did basically, I'm gonna add step by step everything to show you how it works. So first of all, I just remove like all the high hands and all the top, and I just keep like, yeah, as you can see, this bell is really tight just to keep a certain frequency. Then I've got Aux4 Involution from Sonox, which is like a transient designer. So I just removed a little bit of the transients to keep it like more smooth. Then I got a Shaper Box, which is a plugin, a multi-effect plugin, which combines like modulation of filters, volume. There is a lot of different things. Here is the preset called High Pluck, and it sounds like this. So yeah, you can see like the sounds completely start to change completely. Then I've got like here a source. This plugin allows me to remove all the frequency, the harshness, and the frequency that they are like too like really annoying, let's say. Okay. And then I got a guitar rig, which is a classic emulating like all the pedals like you can have for guitars, but you can use it, of course, for every type of sound. So with the guitar rig, it's gonna sound like this. So in this preset, I think it's called Chicago Synth Exploder. You have like a reverb, you have like an amplifier. It's emulating as well like amplifier for guitars and bass, and you have harmonizers and a lot of different things. So here is pretty much for all the drums, so all the percussions. So when you add it all together, it creates like a part that I can use during like different moments during the track. I got another one as well. A basic one that I took probably from a drum loop as well. And with all the drums and the kick and the bass, it sounds like this. I like to use crash on the tracks because it allows to keep on going with the kind of the same loop. It's just a tiny transition that makes the loop keep on going without like necessarily changing a lot of things in the loop, you know. So basically for the drums and the and the kick and bass, we got the main thing. So you can see on the edit it's pretty simple. I start with the kick and some drums elements, and then I come into the bass line, then a little break. In my drum rack, I did during the break like another clip, just to make like a snare roll. So it sounds like this. With an automation on the aux, which goes to a reverb. Just we can see here, like it's just like an automation where I just coming slowly into like a big reverb, just to make like the break more interesting. And then we're coming back to the main drum loop. So with just with the drums and with the kick and bass, we have this break. Okay, it makes things more interesting, like a classic break. So I have also used like some kicks just to make it a little bit like to make the drop a little bit better. Okay, so now let's go to the elements now, which is the synths and the vocals and whatever, and also the FX. So we have, first of all, like these parts of synthesizer. So I just record it. I will show you in a minute. We're gonna listen to it first. So this is kind of that's the vibe of the track. Like I wanted something like really housey, like I said, like 90s feeling. So it's like the string pads, orchestral thing, like really typical from that area. I wanted to use that. So this is the audio, which is a little bit processed. I will show you later. And I will show you now how I did that. It's pretty simple. I used a plugin called Omnisphere, and here you can see it's here. And well, it's called Massive Analog String. So the first chords are like just like this. And then I get also more like stabs. I use it like stabs. Okay, and so these things I just recorded them into the audio track, which allows me then to to save CPU as well. But I prefer to work on audios than MIDI. So we got these synths. So basically what I did, first of all, is I like add a little bit of more transients with the Sonox Oxford and Evolution, and I removed a little bit of the sustain. Then I had like a FET compressor to add like some warmth into the sound. Then I've got this Saturate plugin from Newflung, and it's kind of a clipper actually, and it's worked well to have like more this in your face feeling. And then I put like an audio rack audio effect track to divide the signal into the dry signal and the wet signal. On the dry signal, I got the same plugin, the phaser, but I didn't activate it. And on the wet signal, I got the phaser on. The phaser is from Moog, and it's working pretty well actually. I really love it. I got it in my studio in hardware just over there. The thing is, like, this track, I made it on the road, and actually during several years I wasn't able to work outside of the studio because I was using only hardware. So what I did the last few years, I was really trying myself how to work outside of the studio, just with the laptop, just with the plugins. And now I feel comfortable. So if I'm touring, for example, I'm like away from home for a certain amount of time, I'm able to work with Ableton and with the plugins. I feel comfortable now, so that's pretty cool. So this one is an emulation of the Moog that I have here, and I really love the sound of the pedals here. I use it as well in the plugin. So basically this, and then I've got just to shape the sound, I got an EQ. We're gonna try to listen what this does. Okay. So this is without any process. Just here you can see I just send it to a delay and to some reverb, but otherwise that's it. So this is the dry signal, and this is the wet signal. The wet signal is the phaser. So you can see, like, it's pretty, it's too much. So what I did is, like, just divide it to have this, I can have, like, the dry signal on top and just the wet signal that gives some movement to the sound. And the EQ, you can listen how the EQ is, like, modulating, shaping the sound. Because here I think we have, like, a little bit too much range with all the drums that they have. So with this, I remove a little bit the low mids, and adding, like, I remove the low mids and adding, like, a little bit of high mids, high mids, and remove also the high hands, because I have a lot of percussions in the high hands and different things. Okay, so that was the first synth, like more like a pad, string pad, something like that. And then I used the same sound but in, like, different way, just to add, like, just pluck sound. So I think it's a nice way to dive into another part of the track, using the same sound but in different way. We're gonna listen to both. Okay, and on this one I keep, like, the same process, kind of, with the clipper here from New Flang Audio. Then the audio effect track with the dry and wet signal, with the phaser on one and the phaser deactivated on the other one, and the same EQ to keep it like if it was it is from the same sound, so to keep it like the same feeling. We're gonna listen it with the drums and the bass. Okay, so next we have a lot of FX that was taken from sample packs. So we have a first kind of robotic transition. As you can see, it's like always like at the end of some strategic bars just to help the transition to another section of the track. Then you have like other type of FX, like these kinds of FX are more like into the loop, just to give it like more movement to the loop. This one is probably it's on the first bars, so it gives a nice feeling. And as you can see, I have absolutely nothing processed on the FX. I mean, if processing is not like necessary that you have to process or cut off some frequencies or whatever. If it sounds good, sometimes it's just better to not touch anything, you know, in my opinion. So that's pretty much it for the FX. And then we got like some samples. So we've got this. Keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on. Okay, so this is from actually a loop. Let me check. Okay, so this is the original loop. I put it here. Keep on, keep on. So what I did basically is I just cut it. It took the parts that I like and like just double some parts. So from this, keep on, keep on, we got now this. Keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on. And from this, I took like because there is the voice and a percussion into the loop. So I just took like a perc which was here, for example, and I just rewrote the same way to do them in another track to have just the percussion. We can listen, there is a little bit of the voice as well in the background. So now we've got I got the loop with the voice and the one without. So it allows me to just play around with this, sometimes put it with the voice and sometimes just the percussion. Okay, so this is kind of a voice that I probably pass through some weird FX, but like I recorded it, I can't tell you now which was. I don't remember. And I've got another sample here. Also, it's like probably from a loop or something that I just cut and took like what I like. And for them as well, if I don't say shit, there is nothing on it. So it's just I just like all the samples here are going to a group called samples, and actually I've got just like the clipper here to have like more volume, and an EQ just to remove the very low end, and that's it. Keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on. Okay, and now we're just gonna show you my aux processing, my aux organization. When I open a project, I try to have like everything kind of ready to be able to go really quick in everything. So I got already a bunch of aux that I can have here. I mean in all the tracks you have access to all the aux. So basically what I have is I have like a tight reverb on the aux A, a long reverb. With a long reverb, it's with the super plate from Synthesizer, which works really well. The tight reverb is a little plate from Synthesizer as well. Then I've got a delay, which is a Nico actually from Ableton, with a spreader to have like something like more wide, and I'm just keeping just the sides. So it's just like a process to have like more space in a sound. We can check how it's just opening a little bit more the sound, you know. Then I've got like a ping pong delay, a classic ping pong delay from Wave, from the H delay from Waves. It's working really well as well. And I keep the analog at 2. It brings a little bit of noise in the background, but it's cool because it's stopping a little bit of life. Then I've got the long delay as well, made with the H delay from Waves, which is like the first one was a ping pong delay, and the second one is a long delay. I can show you quickly now how it works. So this is the ping pong delay. This is the long delay. So basically, it allows me to make like to make automation during the track, to have like at the end of a sequence, I can add like a long delay, or in this case, for example, like I got like some reverb on it. It's just like to have it all the way. Then I've got a H3000, which is like an emulation of the rack of the hardware. It's pretty cool as well. But I don't use all the aux all the time. It just like allows me to use it if I want it. That's and to have access super quickly while I'm making the track. Then I got a fracture, which is kind of a random glitch from Glitch Machine, and it makes glitch. There is like a buffer filter delay, so it makes like some weird things. I will show you. It's this one. Oh no, sorry, it's there. It makes like some weird thing in the background. Then I've got like a really long thing called Bassline FX, which is basically I got the MIDI Murph, the Moog, which I got also here in with the hardware. It's like modulating a modulating thing. Then I've got a delay, a ring modulator from Moog as well, an EQ, and it's bring a phaser as well, and a black hole reverb, and it's making like some really weird things. Let me show you. Look, it's doing like there is this long reverb, and it makes like a lot of ambient thing. It's cool. It's quite cool for some tracks, but I don't think in this case I used it for this track. But I wanted to show you guys the possibilities like I have when I started to record a track. Then I got a replica, which is like put into diffusion mode for the really long reverb. It's acting like it's a kind of delay, but with the diffusion mode, you can have it like you can use it like a reverb. I will show you. Okay, like a really long reverb. So that's pretty much it for the auxiliary. I'm gonna show you a little bit the structure, and then I think it's called. So it's pretty basic as for the structure. It's like there is like I'm building all the drums like step by step. Then I arrive into this percussion moment that we saw before. I'm adding just after some synth, like it's playing with the other plug synth. The FX is all the way long, and I also playing with the voice and with the part with the voice and the perc, which gives like some nice. It's like always like a question and answer kind of track. Basically, there is not a lot of moments where more like 3-4 elements playing together. When I say 3-4 elements, I'm talking about drums, synthesizers and stuff. So if I got, for example, this moment with this voice and also this percussion voice, there is no synths playing at the same time. Or if with the synths there is a percussion playing, now here for example there is just one synth playing and just one type of voice, not like everything at the same time, just to keep it more clear and more more fluent during the edits. So I think that's it. So if you have any question, please feel free to ask, and it will be a pleasure to answer you everything.